In this lecture, we would like to discuss another verdict delivered by the Supreme Court on 10th April 2026 relating to where it was expressed that right to vote and contest election is not a fundamental right. The Supreme Court of India on 10th April 2026 reiterated that neither the right to vote nor the right to contest an election is a fundamental right. A bench of Justices B.V. Nagarthan and R. Mahadevan set aside Rajasthan High Court order that had declared several dairy cooperative bylaws ultra vires. The case here relates to Ramchandra Chowdhury and others versus Roopnagar Dugdha Utpadak Sakahari Samiti Limited and others centered on the validity of election bylaws framed by district milk producers cooperative unions in Rajasthan. These regulations, specifically bylaws numbers 21 subclass 2, then 20.1 subclass 4, 20.2 subclass 7 and 20.2 subclass 9 introduced strict eligibility criteria for those seeking to contest board elections. Candidates were required to represent societies with specific audit classifications, operational continuity, and minimum milk supply of 270 days annually. Primary milk producers, cooperative societies originally challenged these rules in the High Court of Rajasthan, arguing they were outside the scope of the Rajasthan Cooperative Societies Act 2001. While the High Court initially struck down the bylaws, the Supreme Court has now restored them, noting that the appellants, chairpersons of 5 district milk unions, were directly affected despite not being parties to the original proceedings. So the very question relates to this statutory rights where court clarified the legal standing of electoral participation, emphasizing that such rights are purely statutory in nature and exist only to the extent conferred by a statute. It drew a sharp distinction between the right to vote and the right to contest. While Section 19 of the said Act governs the right to vote, the right to seek office is subject to stricter eligibility conditions and institutional requirements. So the bench observed that this impugned bylaws did not actually curtail the right of members to cast a vote. Instead, they focused on the qualifications required to represent a primary society on a district union's board of directors. To support this, the court cited the President Jyoti Basu versus Devi Ghoshal and Javed versus State of Haryana, which established that these rights remain subject to statutory controls. The court also made reference to the Supreme Court Bar Association versus B.D. Kaushik judgment, noting that the right to contest an election and to vote can always be restricted or abridged if statute rules or regulations prescribe so. So, the very question is relating to eligibility versus disqualification. A significant portion of the judgment addressed whether these rules were disqualifications or eligibility criteria. The High Court had erroneously treated them as disqualifications, but the Supreme Court found they were threshold conditions of governing entry into the electoral arena. Unlike disqualifications under Section 28 of the said Act, which act as disabilities like insolvency or conflict of interest, these bylaws were positive, performance oriented requirements, criteria such as minimum milk supply and audit ratings ensure that only active and functional member societies participate in governance. The court held that these norms were legally traceable to Section 8 and Schedule B of the said Act, which allows societies to frame bylaws regarding the utilization of services and the sending of representatives. So, the very judgment of Supreme Court further criticized the High Court for entertaining the writ petition under Article 226 of the Constitution in the first place. It ruled that dairy cooperatives are autonomous bodies and do not qualify as the state under as provided Article 12 of the Constitution, which defines what is a state and which body is a state, citing the president of Federal Bank Limited, versus Sagar Thomas. The bench noted that mere regulatory control by a statute does not make a private entity amenable to red jurisdiction. Furthermore, the Act provides an efficacious alternate statutory remedy through the register and arbitration under Section 58 and Section 60 of the Act, which the original petitioners failed to adjust. The court ruled and relied on the judgment of the Titagood Paper Mills Company Limited versus State of Odisha, reiterating that when a statute provides a complete machinery for redressal, that path must be followed. Finally, the bench highlighted a procedural failure where the High Court had struck down bylaws for all unions in the state without hearing all affected parties. So, citing a precedent, Dattaray versus Mahavir, the court stated that rendering a judgment in rem without implicating necessary parties violated the principle of natural justice. Consequently, the Supreme Court allowed the appeal and set aside the High Court's judgment entirely. In this landmark judgment delivered by the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court on 10th April, consisting Justices B.V. Nagarathan and Justice R. Mahadevan. The very judgment was delivered on April 10, 2026, which held that right to contest election, even the right to vote, are not fundamental rights